Okay, so hi there and welcome back to another video. Just a quick thank you to everybody so far for all the support and subscribing, especially for sharing the video. That really helps a lot. It's kept me motivated. It's okay, I've just seen another day gecko run across the wall. It keeps me very motivated to get the camera out and do some more videos. I'm going to try and keep it going, aiming for one a week, but I do work full-time, as I've probably said before, so I've got to fit these videos in amongst maintaining the collection, everything else, and my job. Actually, let's be honest, probably it's coming up with ideas to keep the videos coming out without just copying everybody else. So anyway, let's see what happens. This video is a follow-on to the very first video. I had a lot of positive feedback regarding the system I use for numbering and the barcode system. This just takes it one step further and shows you the data I collect that then gets transferred across onto Excel. So I just run through my Excel sheet, the headers on the data I'm collecting, and why and how I make it work for me, and why it saves me so much time. Anyway, sit back and enjoy the next video. Okay, so this video is obviously about the spreadsheet. This is Excel. As you can see here, what we have is on the first column in purple, that's for a season. You can see that actually we have now got 5 years worth of data, so we've got 5 seasons running. I colour code each year, I give the year a different colour. So this is year of the purple. Don't know why I chose purple, but anyway. Second column is the reference number. So again, based on the last video, that is my extremely difficult and hard system of numbering, which is 1, 2 and 3 upwards. Works really simple. We then have in the third column, we have the description. I only use the gene names, I don't use the morph names, and you'll see why perhaps in another video why I actually use the gene names. You'll also notice I still have normals in the collection, just popped up on the spreadsheet there. Got some fantastic normals that I've had now 17 years, possibly 18 years, that bought in as captive hatched babies. Still doing great. Then finally we have sex. Wouldn't that be nice? Finally we have sex at the end, males and females, all mixed up. They just go in the collection as they go in, however they join. No separation, we use the filter for separating. On the next sheet here we have the origin, the heritage of the snakes. So this allows us to put the exact, all the details of where they come from. So on these particular examples you can see there's a different code number. So we reassign the new code number for the adult collection from the hatchling collection. And then we also put the male description and the exact reference number for the male as well. And again for the female. If I was to buy a snake in, I would try and get the parentage information off of whichever breeder I've got those snakes off. Again, just in case you get anything strange hatch out in the clutch, it's good to know what the parents or the grandparents of the hatchlings were to try and explain why your clutch isn't quite what you was expecting. It does happen. There is a lot of genes now floating around in these snakes. You'll be amazed by the amount of hets that you won't even be aware of. A lot of breeders sold hets and didn't even identify them. The next section is health observations. We collect that on a different screen, but the last data entry comes through onto the screen here to show the last event, the last observation. So it gives us a date and what the record was. On these ones there's no observations on there, but that again could be anything at all. That does allow us to actually put alerts on there. So if we did have a snake that did have something that we wanted to monitor, we would have it set up so it would turn that whole snake, it will turn the screen bright red for that snake. The next screen is confirm pairings. So once we decide on which male is going in with which female, we enter it into the confirmed pairings tab, and you can see there that all we need to do is enter the male's reference number, and when we enter the reference number in, it populates what exactly that snake is. Again, that's the joy of using Excel. Data entry becomes very easy. So again, all we do is we enter the reference numbers in and let the Excel sheet put all the text. That's just a simple VLOOKUP for anybody who's really interested in spreadsheets. It does speed up the whole process massively. You can then see on the column next to that the green and red. I think there's some 3s, 4s and 5s. That will show you, we try and target 3 to 4 females per snake. If a female ovulates very early in the season, we will then reassign maybe another female to that male. That's why on some of them on 5. But we try and stick it to 4 mainly per male. For reviewing the pairings, so we can see when it comes to breeding, we can just very easily select. What we do is we'd select the lowest number in the range, so this happens to be number 1. That will show us the females that he's been designated to go with. Again, it's very quick, very simple to cross-reference your pairings then, and especially using the highlighter for how many females he's been assigned to. You can switch males and females. You can switch the males to different females very easy when you're in your planning stage. So it's so much easier, so much quicker. When we're actually come to doing the pairing, so when we're putting the males out to the females, we use this particular aspect of the sheet, which has got a yellow button there, which says next. We click that button and it automatically cycles to the next male in the number range. So because we keep our males in sequential number from 1 upwards, we automatically know which male's next in the system. So this allows us to select the correct male, click on next. It will then go and find whatever the next male is and put it with or show us the corresponding females that are required. So you can see if we click next, it cycles through, takes 4 or 5 seconds because there's quite a lot of data there. This is set up obviously season specific, so it won't be showing me last season's, it's set up just showing me this season's, and then it's showing us where we would need to put that male. So we always put the male with the female with the oldest date. So you can see the one highlighted, that's got the oldest date range, so the male would go in there. We always run it that way round. We just cycle the male to the oldest date range within his chosen females. I'm sure there's better ways of utilising your male. Certain females may be more receptive at certain times, but because of the number of males we place out each week, I just simply stick to a rotation based on the date range. It works pretty well. I think our biggest season, I think we hit around about 87% of all our females that we tried to pair actually produced, so it was pretty good. Next screen is confirm locks. So again, we record every single lock we witness. I only record the locks once during each breeding introduction. So we introduce on a Friday, we move on a Monday. If they lock up more than once during that time, I only record it as 1 lock. The next screen is showing you the feeding records. So you can see again the vast amount of data. Obviously not all of our snakes feed every week, but we can still be inputting over 300, 350, even 400 data points in there for a feeding session. So again, using the barcoding, less than 2 minutes to scan the entire room and upload all of that information onto the sheet. So very, very simple and easy. Here we have a performance dashboard. We have several dashboards. This one's showing us the individual male and how he's performing with his selected females. So it's a quick review, so we can see whether he's locked with them all, how he's performing lock-wise, and then later in the season, how he's done with eggs and slugs. So we can then track his fertility and his virility as well. We can obviously refer back to different seasons as well. So I can look very quickly, I could change the sheet now and go on to previous seasons to see how that male has performed in other years. So it's a very, very quick, very quick to review all that data. I mean, if you think there is now probably over 1,000 clutches worth of data on there for all of this. Another dashboard is builds. This is the first step, obviously, to a good breeding season, is seeing your females starting to build. We had, at my best year so far for January, because normally I start quite late in breeding, was only 4 females building in January. That ended up with over 227 clutches for that season. This year, as you can see, we're on 17 already for January. That's not to say we're going to have a bigger season than that, but what it's certainly indicating so far is that the season has moved forwards by about, comparing it on previous data, it's moved forward by about 4 to 5 weeks by the looks of it, which kind of matches up because we actually started pairing about 5 weeks earlier than my normal start date. We have many other dashboards that we have those, so the dashboards just allow us to have a very quick snapshot of what's going on with whatever chosen subject. So I have a little dashboard for ovulations, showing me the ovulations per month, lockups. So again, you can see when has been the best time for locks. We also have for introductions, so I can keep a track. I think so far this season, I think we've done over 1,800 introductions between males and females. It shows me the feeding. So again, we can look month by month how many rats we're using. Probably an average month is about 1,800 rats just for the adult collection. Drops right down at certain times and ramps right up. But again, it does allow you, looking at that data, if you're buying rodents, you can see when you need to make sure you've got freezer space available, or when you need to make sure you've got the finances available to buy the rodents in. Or if you produce your own rodents, again, it shows you when you need to ramp up production, or when you need to maybe change your females in order to meet the oncoming increase in requirement. So again, this year I kind of messed up. I didn't switch my female rats out early enough. So right now this is peak feeding. Right now in peak feeding, I have been extremely short of rodents for probably about a 2-week window. We're back on track now, but had I reviewed the data on the rodents and the feeding side of it, it would have made me probably switch out the females a lot earlier. And again, it's little things like that which now I'll move forward, I'll remember. Kind of mistakes, I suppose rookie mistakes really, because I should have known that. It's no surprise over 18 years of breeding ball pythons that this is the time when they feed like crazy. But you can get distracted very easily, especially when you work full time. So yeah, we all still make mistakes. That's kind of it really with the spreadsheet. There are many other little bits and pieces on there. I've tried to squeeze it down as quick as possible. Spreadsheets really aren't the most exciting of topics. Hopefully you haven't given up so far. Anybody who wants to switch over from the tag system onto a barcode system, it really is simple. There was no key skills required. Certainly nothing that you couldn't have Googled and got the answer from. As I say, the barcode scanner, very cheap off of Amazon. Literally it's plug and play. Yeah, the whole system is just, it's kind of idiot proof. It really is. Once you've set it up right, don't overcomplicate it. It saves me hours every week. I think just on pairing alone, previously when I used to have a wall planner and post-it notes, which I hate, but the post-it notes and stickers, it would take several hours to put all the males out with the females. We're now down to about 1.5 hours to put the males out with the females using the spreadsheet. We could probably bring that down to about 45-50 minutes if there was 2 of us doing it, one person at the computer, the other one. Sorry, there's a day gecko running above my head distracting me. If there was 2 people doing it, we can get it down to maybe 40-50 minutes. But even so, I'm kind of fairly convinced that that's it. It can't be streamlined any more than what it is. So as you can tell, it's all about finding the systems and the methods that really take time away to give you time to actually enjoy the snakes. If you're having to waste time or spend a lot of time, it's not a waste, but it's a lot of time spent collecting data, especially if you're not actually even going to use that data properly. I kind of think it's a waste. Well, I kind of think it then does become a waste of time. Hello, girl. So yeah, I mean that's it really. I've just been joined by my dog. So I've got a day gecko now watching me and a dog now watching me. Couldn't concentrate even before they walked in the room. So I'll show you the day gecko in a second. Anyway, thanks a lot. Hopefully you will enjoy the video. Is this camera on? What's happening? Bloody thing. Right, okay. Well, you're still here. So the advert last time round didn't put you off. Well, guess what? Here's another advert. Any ideas what it's for? Got to be the t-shirt. So the previous t-shirt I was wearing was the old branding. New branding, new t-shirts, matching the mug. Don't forget the mug. T-shirts available. These I will ship worldwide. You'd have to contact me for price on postage, depending where you are. If you're interested, have a look at the price. Somewhere there. Yeah, I think we'll put it there. Price for postage and packing for sending the t-shirt out. If anybody buys snakes at any time and you want a t-shirt or a mug thrown in a box, obviously there'll be no postage cost on those. So yeah, second advert, t-shirts, high quality, screen printed, none of that cheap see-through stuff. This is a good quality kit. That's it. Nothing else? Nothing else, no. That'll do. Time to go.